James just went crazy on me. And it's because we was discussing how when we found out that he's raving lunatic about Trump, it got in the way of us having a very lackadaisical, sort of quasi, somewhat neighbor friends with benefits type status that was really nebulous anyway. So when I found out he's getting texts from Trump, he worships the ground Trump walks on, he's like going to all these conspiracy websites, blah blah blah. I'm like, like the transgender stuff isn't even already freaking me out, or the fact that he's back on his estrogen, so maybe his mood swings will stop, or whatever. I'm like, I wasn't that into you. You're kind of cute. You were like the fourth guy on my list of hot guys that I was going to ask out that, like, that one has a girlfriend, that one had a girlfriend, and who else were there? I don't know. Who's on my list of hot guys? The doctor on the hill? No. So he just went crazy on me, and I was like, James, I think you ought to start listening to women when they talk about sexual assault, because if you're working in a professional atmosphere where you don't take issues of sexual harassment or sex, I was basically giving him like some kind of quasi-legal advice, right? And he just flipped on me, starts like, you know, blah, 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 like that. And I've only seen this side of him this elevated twice now. And once was like on October 1st about, I think. And I like, was like, I guess I won't be hanging out with you, creep. Because he goes like, you just want black men. He was like, trying to say he's too white to date me. And I'm all like, yeah, black men are beautiful. Like, what's the big deal about black men? Like, why are you so obsessed with black men? And then he's all like, oh, he's all like Trump-alicious. And then he's like against women having reproductive care. And then he thinks Trump's accusers. I told him about the Gloria Allred press conference, but he couldn't even process that it's Gloria Allred. So he's just like, oh, she's a liar. She's paid to say that. And it was just like, he's kind of like, I'm like, James, you're shouting? And that, he's like, I'm not even shouting. I'm just like, oh boy, I have like a 45-year-old on the brink of his birthday in like an hour and a half. No, it was like in 30 minutes now. But it's like an hour and a half back then, because he finally was gone by like 10:44. And his episode was really only like, but I stood in the kitchen just drinking my tea, feeling very sober-minded, like, oh God, you're really crazy. And this is going to be like a regular thing with you, that you have your little crazy episode where your brain in the elevator's not going up. And what is he really saying? It's almost like, are you really shouting at me about Trump assaulting women? Are you shouting at me about the fact that you work too much, you hate your life, you're lonely, your house is messy, and you want more money? Or what is this going on in your life that's making you have all this like bottled up rage that's somehow coming out at me, when all I've suggested is you probably don't want to have a preemptive dismissal of anyone, basically, of anyone's accusations. You don't want to preemptively dismiss and marginalize someone's claims. But he does. So he just like flipped out and he almost slammed the door, but then he was able to like catch himself as he's like furiously slamming the door, and like he was running off to go get his roommate into the house anyway, so it's like he had something to do, so that contributed to his pressure, but it also contributed to the time constraint, which then contributed to the pressure. So I'm like, I turned on the fan in this kitchen, like I just got this like new fan in the Freebucks, so I just like put the fan on top of the fridge, like blowing at him cold air, like, cool down little overly feisty hot tea kettle. And I told him that I found it interesting to meet people with different kinds of opinions and ideas and lifestyles and blah blah blah. But I just wrote him the nastiest email that I've ever written him. I don't know if I could summarize it. It's basically like, don't ever come to visit me ever again. Which I didn't really want to hang out with him. He just tried to give me a guilt trip and like do all these like pouty faces, like poor
proudy me faces, which I'm like kind of a sucker for. And I'm like, oh, come on, James, cheer up. I want to. That's how he talks, actually. But oh god, this letter is just terrible. It's
like, that was unacceptable behavior. That was really unacceptable behavior, James.
Like with Dan Kennedy, I'd rather have you not come over anymore because you made me feel very unsafe. It seems to be okay, blah 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 blah. And then I love the part where I like invoke my federal rights, where I'm like, but I'm telling you that I never want to be alone with you ever, especially in this retirement disability home where I live, because you do not respect my need for a peaceful Americans with Disabilities type setting where the Violence Against Women Act is respected by my manager. Do you realize if I get stalked or abused here, the federal government will relocate me? Do you realize how good that is? That is so awesome. So he's like, how about I come and abuse you? No! It's like, so you really think I want more creepy harassment, assaults, or creepy misogynistic attitudes in my life? He doesn't even know the federal law, I'm sure. But he doesn't want to listen to me talk is the main problem. It seems to be a very common occurrence for certain kinds of men do not like to listen to women speak and seek to shout over them. Your volume was offensively inappropriate for my 83-year-old neighbour across the hall, and your disregard for well-being, my well-being in this building means this will not be a repeat occurrence, James Nelson of Plaza Jalisco and The Moose and Astoria's Best Computers. And I realize people who work in customer service, they get fed up with people and all their human demands. And I have told James repeatedly, I'm not your fourth job. I realize you're this workaholic Capricorn, just like my mom. All you want to do is work. All I want to do is not work. So have fun with that. Go work yourself to death. Bye. Have a nice time. But he has no respect for what I do. He doesn't care that I study anything. He has no respect for my mind or intelligence. He just wants to show up and do a little, like, I call it drive-by mothering. That's how my mom does it, drive-by mothering. It's like, oh, like, my family should not feel like a firing line. Or cutthroat should not be the term that you use to describe your state of domestic harmony. Cutthroat family, no. It should not feel like that. There was always very high pressure around these people. As part of why they're kind of successful and like have a lot of jobs and money and possessions and things, but like, so he's permanently 86th. Out. As is Dan Kennedy. Bye. So much for my man harem. Bye, lunatics. See you later. Sayonara. Have fun with your Trump president and all 5 of your Trump hats in every color and your Trump gold coins. Hope they keep you warm at night.